We know indeed the grief which their words cause you, O Muhammad. It is not you that they deny, but it is the verses, the Quran of Allah, that the wrongdoers deny. Abu Talib, the Prophet's uncle, said, I know certainly that the religion of Muhammad is surely the best religion of the creatures. If not for reproach or fear of consequence, you would have seen me being so kind openly. Thus he attests in his heart that he is the messenger of Allah and that his religion is the best, but showing courtesy to his people prevented him from uttering that. If he had truly believed in the messenger, he would have renounced the religion of his people. But he did not want that. The fanatic arrogance of the period of ignorance prevented him from expressing and showing what he had in his heart, even while he was suffering from the pangs of death. The messenger was saying to him, O uncle, say La ilaha illa Allah. And Abu Jahl and those with him would say, Will you abandon the religion of Abdul Muttalib? In the end, he said, It is upon the religion of Abdul Muttalib. Thus he died and did not say La ilaha illa Allah, and he is from the people of the fire, despite the fact that he believed with his heart, acknowledging that as contained in his poems available with us, which includes the clear saying and attestation that the religion of Muhammad is true and that the religion of the polytheists is falsehood. But he did not give the shahada that La ilaha illa Allah and that Muhammadun Rasulullah. He refused to say La ilaha illallah because that would mean renouncing idol worship, which is the religion of his people. This evinces the fact that sheer arrogance of the days of ignorance could drive a person to disbelief, and the refuge is with Allah. Allah the Exalted says, When those who disbelieve had put in their hearts pride and haughtiness, the pride and haughtiness of the time of ignorance. So one should not give preference to anything above the true religion, no matter the pressure, nor fear any insults of the insulting for the sake of Allah. And this is what is obligatory. The point here is that there must be agreement in the Islam of a person in the open and Iman in his heart. If he is only open, any one of the two, such is not a believing Muslim, and is not from the people of the paradise, if he dies upon that. This hadith also evinces that the pillars of Iman are six. As for the rest deeds, they only bring completion and perfection to these six, like saying the truth, commanding good and prohibiting evil, connecting the ties of kinship, and others from the deeds which are not amongst the six. The first pillar, to believe in Allah, the Mighty and Sublime, by believing that Allah is one without partner and that He is the one deserving to be worshipped, not any other, and believing in His names and attributes. Blessed is He and exalted. Thus believing in Allah includes the three categories of Tawheed. Tawheed al-Uluhiyya. A person is not a believer except by fulfilling these three things and believing in Allah. And as some or majority of those without knowledge say, is to believe that Allah exists. This is certainly not Iman in Allah, believing in the existence of Allah. The Mighty and Sublime does not suffice, rather believing in Allah includes Iman in His Rubiyyah, Uluhiyya, and if any aspect of this is deficient, a person has not actually believed in Allah. Believe in His Rubiyyah is to believe that He alone creates and disposes affairs gives and takes life, and has the power and authority over all things, without partner in all of that. This is Tawheed. Only few deny this amongst the people, because the entire creatures, believers and non-believers, all affirm Tawheed as Allah, the Mighty and Sublime, says, if you were to ask them, who sends down water, rain from the sky, and gives life therewith to the earth after its death, they will surely reply, Allah. And verily, if you ask them, who created the heavens and the earth, surely they will say, Allah has created them. He said, say, whose is the earth, and whosoever is therein, if you know. They will say, it is Allah's. And he, the Exalted, said, say, who is the Lord of the seven heavens and the Lord of the great throne? They will say, Allah. Say, O Muhammad, who provides for you from the sky and from the earth, and who owns hearing and sight, and who brings out the living from the dead, and brings out the dead from the living, and who disposes the affairs? They will say, Allah. So they all affirm Tawheed, and who brings out the living from the dead, and brings out the dead from the living, and who disposes the affairs? They will say, Allah. Glorious and exalted is He. Hence they do not deny that, despite being polytheists, as He, the Exalted, says,